One of Mike Ditka's objectives was to, because obviously the Bears are looking a little bit ahead. They're playing the Dallas Cowboys next week, and that's a big one for Mike Ditka, going back to coach against his old mentor, Tom Landry. So right now things are going well for the Chicago Bears, up 14-0, and they have a, if you check back the early part of this season, the Bears have outscored opponents in the second half something like 132-30. It's unbelievable how strong the Bears have been in the second half, because once they get ahead, that defense comes to the fore. So Mike Ditka with a career record of 30-20. One of George Halas's last acts before he died was to hire this man. So Papa Bear Halas deserves a lot of credit too.
Lions will kick it off. They have the wind with them, and it goes right through the end zone. Dennis Gentry gave it a look and then let it fly. That wind is really something down there. In that first half, the Lions had just 54 yards of offense. The Bears 196, and the real key stat, the time of possession, you can see at the lower right hand of your screen there, 21 minutes and 5 seconds for the Bears, just under 9 minutes for the Lions. Pretty hard to score if you don't have the ball longer than that. And the Bears connecting on 2 touchdowns. Steve Fuller from a yard out on a somewhat disputed play. It looked like the ball had come loose as he hit the goal line. And then Calvin Thomas going in from 7 yards out. First down, Chicago from their own 20. Fuller, the quarterback, number 4, his second start of the year, and a big hole for Suhey. That's how the game began for the Bears on their first offensive possession. A straight-ahead dive by Suhey for a first down. 15-yard gain.
You would think the Lions would have to start filling some of these gaps. That 3-man front is not working. Take a look at Jay Hilgenberg and Tom Thayer. Jay Hilgenberg just wheels out Doug English out of the play there, and Matt Suhey goes right up the middle. Jay Hilgenberg, center who doesn't get too much publicity, but he sure does the job. Number 63 is Matt Suhey, heading for a 100-yard game, 8 rushes for 69 yards, the leading rusher for the Bears today.
Where were the linebackers on that play? They were not in sight on the replay, the 2 middle linebackers. Suhey, again, this time dropped after a gain of 2. Eric Williams, the second-year man from Washington State, their 3rd pick a year ago, and has become the starter at left defensive end this season.
He had 5 tackles last week. He plays with, of course, all the defensive linemen of the Lions play with those knee braces now that they are making them wear. He says that thing is bulky, he said, but I'm getting used to it now.
It's a preventive measure, and it is a requirement on the part of the Lions in all of the interior linemen, both offense and defense. 2nd and 8. Washington Redskins do that as well, and I think we'll see that more and more around the league. Suhey, and William Gay wraps him up as Gay got around Walter Payton. Surely somebody else was supposed to help on a big guy like Gay, but had a free path to Suhey and made the big defensive play for no gain. William Gay, 30 years of age, 6'5", 260-pounder, out of USC.
He used to get in a lot of trouble with extracurricular activities and hitting the quarterbacks, but he's kind of settled down a little bit last year or so.
Mellowed with age.
Yes.
3rd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, the Bears. McKinnon in motion. Inside to Payton. Payton is stacked up at the 40-yard line, well short of the first down. Lions responded to the ball very well on that play. Linebacker Vernon Maxwell, and at the bottom of the stack, August Curley. Doug English.
Yes, Doug English did a real good job. He hung in there. He's been getting pounded around there at that nose guard position, but that time he took all the punishment and helped jammed it up, as the Bears will be punting against the wind, so the Lions come out of this with good field position.
Buford from the 25-yard line of the Bears. Pete Manley as the deep man, one of the good ones this season in the NFL. Long count, and maybe too long. They use it all up. 5 seconds on the clock.
Well, you see they had a 4th and 5 situation. They were trying to draw the Lions off sides there with the long count, because if they could get the penalty, they would have the first down.
And apparently the ball too greasy for Jay Hilgenberg, who asked them to replace it, and they will reset the clock.
Well, that's a pretty good maneuver, wasn't it?
They haven't reset the game clock, so they rolled off a few seconds there, and they get a new 30. And a very short punt into the wind by Buford off the side of his foot. Might have been still a greasy ball, at least off the shoe of Maury Buford. And it turns into a 7-yard punt, and the Lions will have field position at the Bears' 47-yard line when we return.
Here's what happened with Buford's punt. He was actually kind of rushed, and it just goes off the side of his foot. He just made a bad punt. He hasn't done too much of that. It was kind of line drive off the side of his foot. Now watch Vernon Maxwell, number 98. He'll come by, and he'll say, "Nice punt, Maury. Thank you much." Okay, we'll see if the Lions can take advantage of it. They're in Bear territory right now.
Trailing 14-0. Eric Hipple brings him out. James Jones looked like he wanted to pitch it back, but runs the ball out for about 3 yards. They had receivers downfield, and that play might have been designed to pitch back to Hipple and have him throw the ball. Jones wound up with a 3 or 4 yard gain. Darrell Rogers all bundled up over there trying to keep warm on the Lions sidelines in chilly Soldier Field.
Boy, his head is down. I don't want to see how he sees the field of play.
It is second down and a long 7.
Bears 46 defense.
Hipple eludes the rush, gets it off to Manley. Pete Manley has a first down to the 31-yard line of the Bears. Pete Manley, second-year man from northern Arizona.
Good play by Hipple. Now notice what Hipple did this time. He goes back, he sees the pocket, and he comes forward in it to get away from the rush. And then he hits Manley, who does a pretty good little dipsy-do on Mike Singletary, and gets the first down before Wilbur Marshall makes the tackle along with Duerson.
Hipple was 3 of 5 in the first half with 1 interception by Dave Duerson of the Bears. And that's his first completion here in the second half. James Jones, nowhere to go. Bears had plugged all the holes, and the safety Fensick came up right behind William Perry, who tripped up Jones.
Yes, it was William Perry who jammed that play up as Fensick was in on the tackle. Gary Fensick has 34 career interceptions for the Bears, second on the all-time list, and it was Perry. The refridge was in there and jammed everything up, and Gary Fensick said thank you.
No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10, and we see the Giants have come back against the Rams. 13-7 LA lead in the third period. Hipple under pressure, gets it off, intended for Manley, incomplete. Manley had a stride on the defender, but Hipple, with the pressure, couldn't get the ball on target.
Well, there's that play again, that fake of the counter kind of draw with Hipple on the partial rollout. It takes so long to develop.
By the way, Eric is not bleeding to death. We want to point out. That's from that big red sea in the middle of the field that's wet.
Well, he was showing us he's got a new pad on, too, on his chest because he got hit in the chest last week. He also got hit in the head. You should see him underneath there. He's got the rib pads, the chest pad. He's got everything on.
Rams have kicked the field goal, looks like here. It's 16-7. We'll get the exact scoring play for you on that, but they've opened their lead over the Giants. Hipple gets lots of time. Off to Manley again. He can run. Ran into his own man, Don Greco.
Nice tackle by Greco.
And he stopped short of the first down. He might have had the first down had he not lost his balance there with a collision.
This was a case where Hipple adjusted in the pocket once again and hit Manley. Manley was trying to get that first down, but he didn't go north and south. He kept going east and west, and Greco, 67, comes into the picture here and puts a shot on Manley as the Lions apparently are going to go for it rather than take the 3 points. They have 3rd and 2.
4th down.
4th and 2. Bear fans have responded. Remember, this is an outdoor stadium and there's a lot of wind. I'm surprised all the noise isn't just blown right out of the stadium, but the Lions can't hear the signals right now, so they went back in the huddle. Big play for Detroit.
4th and 2 at the 23-yard line of the Chicago Bears, trailing 14-0. What do you think of the strategy here?
I don't know. With the wind, I think I'd maybe take the field goal.
Well,
The Bears are tough to run against. If they run, they can't run in between the tackles, I don't believe. I think they'll give Hipple some kind of option. Maybe a rollout or something.
We saw Jones run up to make sure he had the count with this noise. Incomplete. A collision between Leslie Frazier and Leonard Thompson, and it just was enough of a collision to throw Thompson's timing off. He looked back for the ball, just missed a great opportunity to catch it because Frazier had really taken himself out of the play. So the Bears take over with 9:12 to play, third quarter, and a 14-0 lead. Johnny Morris at Frigid Soldier Field, and Darrell Rogers continues to put a lot of miles on those shoes, and I don't blame him. Unless he's got heaters inside him, he's got to keep his feet moving.
Well, he went for the touchdown. He had the wind with him, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I think he must be feeling that the fourth quarter he's going to be against the wind. He should try and get the 7 points now. He's down by 2 touchdowns, but it backfired. Payton picks up about 4 on first down for the Bears from their own 23-yard line. And it was just a near miss on the pass. The collision between Leslie Frazier of the Bears and Leonard Thompson of the Lions. And a split second earlier, Thompson had made the turn. Frazier was off the ball and could have made the catch. Thompson could have made the catch. It is second down. As usual, Payton turned what looked like a 3-yard gain into 5. It is 2nd and 5. 8:40 and counting in the third period. Suhey and stacked up. Vernon Maxwell, the outside right linebacker, making his first start. Curtis Green, number 62. William Gay, number 79. They all did a good job. Curley, the linebacker, number 50, forcing the play initially. Gain of maybe a yard. It'll leave 3rd and 4 for the Bears.
There is Wayne Fonts, the defensive coordinator for Detroit. He's up from Tampa Bay. He's given the signals in to August Curley, who's taking him instead of Fantetti, who's not in right now.
4 wide receivers for the Bears. Out of the shotgun, Fuller steps up in the pocket. He'll run for it. Hooks it off for Willie Goetz. And who got the ball? Looks like Detroit has recovered. Bobby Watkins came up with a loose football. Fuller saw Willie Gould in full stride behind him. A perfect situation for the lateral, but the miscue cost the Bear the ball.
And Mike Ditka, I would imagine, is fuming on the sidelines on this one because Fuller could have probably had the first down. He couldn't find a receiver, takes off down the field, and he surely would have had the first down, but he tried to get a little bit more here and just put a little bit behind Galt, and the Lions recovered the football. Demetrius Johnson. Bobby Watkins, 27.
This is
Bobby
what the
Watkins.
Lions do. They come up with big plays, and that's why they've beaten the big teams. Dallas, Miami, San Francisco. Let's see what they do with it here. Quickly out to Mark Nichols. Reggie Phillips, the rookie, puts the tackle on him, but Nichols picks up about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, the Lions really haven't gone after Reggie Phillips that much, probably because of the game conditions, but Phillips really getting his first start, and he's a rookie, and you got to figure he's a little bit nervous.
Well, he said he was excited about playing in this game, getting his first start. Number 2 pick from SMU. He was idle while he was playing in college with Lester Hayes of the Raiders. It's James Jones, and Jones barrels off for about 3, maybe 4 yards. Marshall and Wilson on the tackle for the Bears, and he's close to first down, might have it.
You may notice Jones in the backfield. He creeps up and creeps back closer to the line of scrimmage, and that's to pretend that he's going to be pass blocking, trying to pick up a blitz, and then move back deeper and trying to confuse the Chicago Bears on defense. It's very close to the first down. Appears to be a little bit short. There you can see for yourself. It'll be 3rd and inches to go for Detroit.
The ball at the Bears' 24-yard line. 6:55 to play in the third quarter. The turnover. The Lions are +2 in takeaway giveaway this season through the first 9 games, and they've made big plays at big times. That certainly had a lot to do. Look at the rest of their stats, defensively and offensively. You have to wonder, how did they win 5 football games, and how did they beat the likes of Dallas, Miami, and the 49ers? Well, they've been opportunistic, and they have been here as well. James Jones breaks loose for the first down, and without Gary Fensick to trip him up, he'd be in the end zone.
Nice play by the Lions as Jones kept his eyes open. Supposed to be a little bit more inside, and he dips outside the Otis Wilson coming down, and Fensick has a big man to stop there. He goes low and tips him right on his head, but not before Jones got the first down. Nice play by the Lions. James Jones, 14 rushes, 55 yards.
First down, Lions, deep in Bears territory. Lone setback is Jones. He's got the ball. Stopped at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Fensick leading the charge. Otis Wilson there.
You know, a man who's had some pretty good games against Chicago over the years has been Leonard Thompson. He comes up with big plays against the Bears several times that I can remember over the years. He has not really been a factor in this game so far. Let's see what they do with Leonard Thompson. He did have that one pass thrown to him there a moment ago.
Ball at the 16-yard line. Second down. Nearly 10 to go. They're up about a half yard. Short drop, and Mark Nichols cannot hold on. Phillips on the coverage. The pass a little high. Nichols couldn't bring it in. Third down. Lions. Bob Baker, the offensive coordinator, on the left of your screen. Darrell Rogers, the head coach, loosened things up considerably. You could see it in practice the other day, the attitude, the atmosphere around the Silverdome, as most of the Lions agreed that it was a little more fun this year under Darrell Rogers than it had been under Monty Clark. Whether that translates into the winning season remains to be seen. Lewis and Rubik.
The Bears are showing blitz.
2 tight ends in, and the pass is off the hands of Leonard Thompson. Thrown a little behind him. He was coming into the center and had to reach back for the ball, and Hippo knows that he didn't deliver it on the money.
He's frustrated because the Lions came up with the 2 correct passes the way the Bears are playing their defense. Those wide receivers were basically man for man. The little quick post was the right kind of a pattern. You see the Bears blitzing. Now you can see Thompson has inside position on Frazier, and all they have to have is the ball there, and they would have had a completion.
34-yard field goal try by Eddie Murray. A high snap, but Murray gets it. A good job by the holder, Eric Hipple, to get the ball down for Eddie Murray. So the Lions are on the scoreboard with 5:01 to play in the third quarter. It is 14-3. Well, remember, next 6th-ranked Iowa, 59-0 win over Illinois yesterday, takes on Purdue, or some of you will see Maryland and Clemson live at 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Pacific Time on CBS Sports. Well, Eric Schubert has kicked a field goal for the Giants after Lansford had opened the lead with his field goal for the Rams. It's a 6-point margin again. Rams in front. Murray's kickoff taken by Dennis Gentry of the Bears. Bounces off one tackler and then is met head on at the 55-yard line. And that is June James, the reserve linebacker, number 9. Right there with him, Reese McCall, the backup tight end, number 81. Steve Fuller comes back on with the Bears after a conversation with Mike Ditka, no doubt, about laterals. And the fumble recovery on the fumble by Galt led to the field goal by Murray, the first Lions points of the day.
Especially lateraling on a game conditions like this. A little light rain and the coldness.
And a lot of wind. Fuller is 5 out of 8 passing, 67 yards. Draw play to Payton. Got away from William Gay, but then was met by 3 Lions just over the line of scrimmage. Doug English and Eric Williams leading the charge, and the linebacker Curley. So it'll be no gain.
I think the temperature's dropping about a degree a minute. It is really getting cold.
You're
My
shaking
voice
a little.
sounds shaky. It's not that I'm nervous. It's just that they're chattering.
Well, it's always fun to be at Soldier Field when the wind blows off Lake Michigan. You can see how much these fans are enjoying it here. Hands in their pockets and bundled up, but enjoying the lead that their hometown Bears have, going for victory number 10 without a defeat. Screen pass, Payton. To the 49-yard line, and a first down, Chicago. Yards on the play for Walter Payton.
Okay, let's take a look at it. As you see, they just set up the screen. Well, Payton take the screen, and you'll see Mark Bortz, number 62, coming out here into the flat. And they need the one key block to make this play a success. And there it was. And I believe that was Eric Williams out there. I won't swear to that, but I think it was Williams that they got out of the play. And then Payton carrying it one-handed and all. Then he switches it at the last second over to the left side. He has awareness of where the football is. And upon impact.
69 yards on 4 catches. A flag down as Suhey dives for close to a first down.
I think we're going to get a holding call there in the middle of that offensive line right there.
Curley and Demetrius Johnson finally stopped him, but it looks like it's going to be called back anyway. Referee Tom Dooley will have the call.
Illegal motion.
Oh, some motion.
57 offense. First down.
That's Tom Thayer, number 50, rookie from Notre Dame, who's been in the USFL a couple of seasons and playing for the injured Kurt Becker.
We have some scores for you. Minnesota 14-6 over Green Bay in the fourth quarter. The Vikings were 5-4 going in. And Philadelphia now 17-0 over Atlanta.
Minnesota and Detroit battling for that second spot in the NFC Central. Payton is straightened up behind the line of scrimmage, and with his strength picked up about 3 yards. The gain will turn into about a yard, but he was 3 yards deep when he got hit.
And give a lot of credit to number 79, William Gay. He makes a really almost like a superhuman effort here. Watch what William Gay has to do to get around and get the tackle on. Got Tim Reitman is 80, gets another person. He reaches
Covert,
back with these left arm. Covert was there, and Matt Suhey. He gets his hands on Payton, was the key man in that tackle.
62 yards on the day for Walter Payton on 18 carries. 2nd and 14 for the Bears, rolling away as Fuller just got the ball off. Reitman has it, and a first down. The ball comes loose, but play whistle dead at the 32. And Fuller took his lumps after he released the ball, but he threw a perfect pass into the wind. Curley and Johnson on the tackle, but a Bears first down off the 23-yard gain.
William Gay and Angelo King just kidding what that Fuller got this play off. There's Gay. He gets almost a hand on him, and then comes the tackle, and he found Reitman down the field for the first down. And you see, if he hits the ground first, which he did, and the ball came out, then it is a dead situation. Okay, now Steve Fuller is going to pay the price on that. There is Gay trying to reach out like he did the play before. Oh boy, did he take it right in the ribs from Angelo King.
First down, Chicago at the 32-yard line of Detroit. Matt Suhey, he's been having a field day in there.
Oh, we have to watch this. The influence block. Watch Doug English, number 78. He was the key on this with the action of Payton. Now 78 is right over the center. There goes 78. He's running over the other way. He turns around and says, there's Matt Suhey, 26. And he has to watch the play the rest of the way as Suhey is finally brought down.
88 yards for Matt Suhey. McNorton and Williams finally get him. But the Bears, the doorstep again at the 15-yard line. Payton cuts it inside to the 5. William Perry on his feet saying it's getting down into my territory.
He says,
bridge time.
Let's open up the icebox and bring in Perry. As you see, Walter Payton, the Bears have a chance to have 2 runners gain over 100 yards as Payton gets a good block from Mark Bortz, 62, turns up the field, and then it's finally Demetrius Johnson who brings him down. But Payton and Suhey both heading for 100 yards. And, you know, the ironic thing is that Payton hasn't gained 100 yards against Detroit since 1980. He has 72 yards and 19 carries.
It'll be first and goal as Perry put the jacket back on. There's no call for the refrigerator yet. Ball just outside the 5-yard line. First goal Chicago, leading 14-3. We're in the final minute of the third period. Suhey and Payton in a wide set. Fuller rolling. Touchdown. Steve Fuller must feel at this moment, getting the start, doing the job, and after the fumble to golf.
Yes, and here's a good play action. Boy, he hung on that ball. Jimmy Williams, 59, was completely fooled as everybody was looking at Walter Payton. And you're right, Steve Fuller's got to be a happy man. He's been in a couple times this year and has not done that well. He is doing pretty well now.
Butler for the point after. Into the wind and rain. Butler's point after is good. The score, the Bears 21, the Lions 3. And with Johnny Morris at Soldier Field, 21-3, we're going to send some of you now to the Rams-Giants game in New York with the Giants in front by a point. Here in Chicago, the Bears ready for the kickoff, and with this wind, Butler requiring a holder. Kickoff comes down at the 19. Alvin Hall over the 35 to the 37-yard line. And a little extra pushing and shoving down there in the center of the field. And look who's in the middle of it. Big, friendly old William Perry. It didn't look like it developed into anything too serious there. A little name calling, no doubt. And the crowd for Perry. Now let's go to Brent Musburger in New York and find out about that Giant Ram game. Giants fans happy to see them finally move in front of the Rams. And a big game, more so for the Giants than for the Rams, but with still a half season to go. Los Angeles knows the 49ers are breathing behind them. Hippel's pass intended for Manley, incomplete. 2nd and 10. You mentioned that little chest protector pass that Hippel had. He got a knee in the chest, an inadvertent play last week against Minnesota, and they got kind of that, like an umpire's chest protector underneath rib pads that he's been wearing for a few games, and those hanging from his shoulder pads. He also got clocked in the head with a helmet-to-helmet crash last week, and Joe Ferguson had to finish up. He's a game guy. 2nd and 10. Draw play to Jones. Jones shakes a tackle. Nice move. Close to the first down. The ball came loose, but it is a dead ball near the marker. Dewerson came in for the Bears, but the play had been whistled dead. And the third quarter is whistled dead. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Chicago Bears 21, the Lions 3. We now pause for a word from your local